BYU has some amazing mottos. One of them is enter to learn and go forth to serve. I love that one. I hope my students feel that keenly. You've come, be changed by your education, and then go out and bless the world, right? That was the intent that we saw a few weeks ago in section 88, right? You need a spiritual education and a secular education so you can magnify callings and serve missions and make a difference in the world, okay? Well, that's a great motto. There's another one that's actually on a sign just west side of campus that says, the world is our campus. That's a great one too. The world is our campus. There are BYU students everywhere, but more than that, not just BYU, there are saints of God that are seeking words of wisdom out of the best books, seeking learning by study and also by faith. Oh, that's welcome to the Lord's University, okay? By the way, when I was a freshman and lived very close to that sign, we always used to joke that you reverse the order of the language and that describes freshman year. It's not that the world is our campus. It's that the campus is our world. We don't have a car. I'm stuck. This is all I've got. Okay. Well, there's another motto that BYU often uses that might be the best of the bunch because it's scriptural. In fact, it's taken right from the pages of section 93. It says, the glory of God is intelligence. If that doesn't motivate me to get as much education as I can and then consecrate that education to the building of the kingdom, I don't know what does. The glory of God is intelligence. I want to understand. I want to learn. I want to grow. Intelligence. And yet the Lord expands that and gives us his definition of the terms. Section 93, verse 36 says, the glory of God is intelligence, or in other words, light and truth. Oh, light and truth. Light is what I see by. Truth is what I know. Am I embracing both of those? Now, we're going to come back a second time and reread that verse because you can use the word intelligence to mean several things. But for this first time, let's keep it on an education kind of level and think about that type of education, or that type of intelligence. Intelligence is often defined as the acquisition and application of knowledge and skills. Am I acquiring it? Am I coming to school? Am I learning? But am I practicing it? Am I applying it in ways that can actually make a difference in the world? Knowledge base, skill sets, all of that. Well, in that case, what is godly intelligence like? The kind he glories in, if the glory of God is intelligence. This is an intelligence that knows how to see the world. Light is kind of our lens. We see everything because of the light that is reflected upon it. And so is my intelligence being informed by the Lord's light? He is the light of the world. Remember that phrase from section 88? Which truth shineth? Wow, talk about making truth and light synonymous. This is a truth that shines. This is a truth that illuminates the eyes of our understanding. I get things that I otherwise wouldn't. That's a glorious kind of intelligence, a godly intelligence. Are we getting that kind of education? Light is Christ. We saw that all throughout section 88, right? And if that's light, what is truth? Look at verse 24 and 25. Rewind the clock. We just read verse 36. Now go back to 24. And here's the Lord's definition of truth. Truth is knowledge of things as they are, as they were, and as they are to come. And whatsoever is more or less than this is the spirit of that wicked one who was a liar from the beginning. Oh, so careful about that. Don't go beyond what God has already clarified, but don't fall short of it either. It's the more or the less that's the problem. Where's our Goldilocks zone in this? But what's in that zone? Knowledge past, knowledge present, knowledge future. Things as they were, as they are to come. Sounds like the way the Lord describes himself in the book of Revelation. In fact, sounds like the 9th article of faith. We believe all that God has revealed, revelation past, truth past. We believe all that he does now reveal, revelation present, truth present. We believe he has yet to reveal many great and important things pertaining to the kingdom of God. There's our 3 shelves, right? Past, present, future. stocked with truth from top to bottom. And that's the kind of truth that constitutes intelligence, at least of the godly sort. Am I learning those things? Do I see where I've been and where I am and where I'm going? Well, there's the plan of salvation for you. Where did I come from? Why am I here? Where am I going? That's truth. And if I live my life by that kind of truth, I'll make better choices, knowing who I am, who I've always been, who I'm supposed to become. If we think about the pillars of eternity, creation, fall, atonement, the story arc of life, the pillars of the plan of salvation, there's past, present, future. There's things as they were and as they are and as they will be. If I can navigate life with that understanding, I will be intelligent. Believe me. Now there's more here, because how do we grow in that? Okay, this whole chapter, this whole Revelation has been about progress, right? Eternal progression, grace to grace until we receive a fullness. Well, look at verse 37. Actually, 28. We're going to be jumping back and forth. 28. He that keepeth his commandments, there's that again, receiveth truth and light, until he is glorified in truth and knoweth all things. How's that for line upon line? Willingly receive what I have to offer, and I will keep offering you more. There's the light growing brighter and brighter. This is what Alma called receiving the greater portion of the word. Okay? If I keep the commandments. Remember, what's a commandment? Instructions on what to do with grace. Will you do that? If you do, then you'll be glorified in truth. You will see more light. And what will light and truth do? For this, jump ahead to verse 37. Light and truth forsake that evil one. Oh, they forsake evil. Actually, remember that verse, or that phrase from section 88? It's the one that's engraven on the inside of my wedding ring. Light cleaveth unto light. It's as if light had to be separated, but light cleaves back to light. It attracts itself. Okay? Resonant frequency, all those kinds of things. Well, if light cleaves unto light, then no wonder the opposite is true, that light forsakes the evil one. Maybe we can phrase it this way. Light will always oppose and overcome the prince of darkness. And truth will always oppose and overcome the father of lies. No wonder the adversary is working so hard to diminish that, which is what we're told in verse 39. Verse 39, that wicked one cometh and taketh away light and truth. How does he do it? Through disobedience. That wasn't what you were supposed to do with grace. Through disobedience, he takes it away from the children of men. One other thing, and because of the tradition of their fathers. Ooh, tradition. Worldly tradition as opposed to divine truth. Am I doing it the Father's way or our Father's ways? You understand? To me, it's incredible what the adversary is trying to do to stop the process, to damn us, to jam the gears. No progression from grace to grace. No exchange of grace for grace. To me, it's interesting when he says that he taketh away light and truth. It seems to suggest that we started with some. That we had light and truth when we came to earth, trailing clouds of glory from God who is our home, as the poet says. And then the adversary does all that he can to diminish that light, to snuff it out, to take away that truth until we fall into his falsehoods. Welcome to School of the Prophets, right? The world is our campus. What does the Lord want us to do with our education? Consecrate it. Seek as much light and truth as you possibly can and make a difference in the world with it. That is intelligence. That is the glory of God.